Happy Friday. Friday's not Saturday. Happy Friday, campers. I hope you're having yourselves a good day so far. My apologies for being a little bit late. I'm trying to work out. I also need to apologize to Christina, and also I've got a few apologies to make tonight. Christina, Aaron, and also Phil, my media guy. I've been pretty average when it comes to making sure I'm using all the right kit, and I've been manically trying to get it all sorted for tonight's show, but the day's just got ahead of me. So I do apologize, guys. I promise I will be getting onto it as soon as I possibly can to make sure that quality has improved. Anyway, gang, how are we, my friends? How are we out of 10? How's our week been out of 10? It's been a very up and down. Figures have been all over the shop. Right, they've been all over the shop with the scores on the doors. So make sure you post in the comment section what your score is out of 10 so far. I know that we've got the weekend to go, and there's lots. Everybody else is having plenty of work to do tomorrow. I've got lots of work to do on the coaching side of things with regards to my website, all the boring sort of technically nonsensey type stuff. So I've still got plenty to do over the weekend. But if you've got some action, I've seen there's a few virtual opens being sorted in Victoria, in Melbourne Metro, which is amazing. So good to see. But if you've got some action elsewhere in the country, if you've got some auction action, let me know. Let us know in the comment section. And if you've got any live links that you are going to use, if you're going to live stream any of your auctions, post them in the comment section so we can have a watch, please, so that we can all see how you go. Right, my friends, a very, very quick one tonight. I really hope that everyone's had an okay week, if that's at all possible. I really want to do a shout out to Leah and Mel, Metro Property Management, and RECD for putting on an amazing sort of what ended up being 45 minutes, I think it was, of Claire Hooper, who is really, really funny. She's so subtle with her comedy as well. She's hilarious. I love the mannerisms and all that sort of stuff. It was a really cool 45 minutes. Thank you so much to Leah and Mel for putting that on. And they put it on at their own expense, and it did cost them a few bob. It wasn't done for free for them, but they've managed to provide it for free for everybody else. And I think there was like 300 or 400, maybe a few more, that signed up to watch that tonight. So amazing effort from those two. Thank you so much for doing that. And we all did need a bit of a laugh. It was brilliant. All right. So very, very well done to them. How's everybody else's week been? Maxine, back down to a 2. Ouch. Okay, maybe send me a DM if you're struggling. Let me know why it's been a 2 and see what we can do to turn that into something of a more palatable score by the end of the weekend. No, I can't mail order you a boyfriend or anything like that. I'm fresh out of mail order grooms and whatnot, but yeah, let me know in the DMs if if there's anything I can do. Joe, yes, 2 virtual opens tomorrow. Put some links in, Joe. Bang the links in so we can have a watch and see how you rock and roll with them. Dave, congratulations on the launch of your website and your new venture. But thank you ever so much, my friend. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much to all of the amazing support as well. It's been phenomenal. Like, it really has been wicked to see the volume of support that's come through. Yeah, really humbling, to be perfectly honest. So thank you so much, guys, to everybody that is shown us a bit of support. It's great, and hopefully I'll be able to move the needle a little bit in the game. Hopefully I can. Wednesday night, by the way, just is a little bit of an in advance. Wednesday night, gang, next Wednesday, 8 p.m, I have got one of the faces that would be on Mount Rushmore of real estate coming onto the show. I've got the amazing Chris Hanley, who's got an Order of Australia for his services to real estate, but I think to life in general. He's just an incredible human being that's done a ridiculous amount, way above and beyond just lining his pockets, like way above and beyond. So Chris Hanley is joining us on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about the new mental health app that he's got coming out. We're going to talk about Rise X, which is a webinar version of the Rise conference, which is going to be superb. But also, we're going to crack open a couple of topics that's really close to his heart, and it transpires we've sort of got some similar passions, shall we say, around how we want the real estate space to really kick on and improve. And so I'm looking forward to taking him off the beaten track, actually, and asking him some questions that will perhaps get some answers out of Chris that we wouldn't normally hear. So I'm really excited about that. So Chris Hanley, 8 p.m. next Wednesday. Make sure that you tune in. It is going to be worth watching 100%. What else have I got to tell you about? Oh, yes. Now, I've also got a private group that I've put together for those who I mentioned at the start of the week that I'm happy to do a private group session around a blueprint for increasing your digital network. So making sure that you can create a collaborative network locally so that you can become the go-to guy in your area, and how you can do that while you're in lockdown or while you're just not that busy. Okay, so gang, that group is out there. If you want to know about it, please let me know. Send me a DM. I'll post in the comment section and I'll happily invite you to that group. It is going to be a private group thing though. It's not going to happen on an Ask Andy Live. It is going to be done by a private group. So please let me know if you're keen on that. All right. And then I will invite you to the show. All right. So gang, hopefully we've had an okay week for all intents and purposes. I've seen it's getting a little bit shirty up in Queensland, which is not ideal. No one likes, right? No one likes to be annoyed and miserable and angry. Well, I hope, well, some people probably do. But gang, you're really wasting your energy getting as angry as you are at the powers that be. Like, the wheels are in motion with regards to holding them accountable and all that sort of stuff. Use some of your energy for your own benefit. We've got to utilize the time that we have, whether we are in a state or in Melbourne or wherever, right? It really doesn't matter where we are. We've got a bit of downtime right now to really accelerate where we want our business to be, where the potential of our business could end up, where it could end up going. You've got to start thinking about that, gang, if you're not already, because if you're sitting on your hands, having a crack at the government every 5 minutes, it's doing you no good at all, in any way, shape or form. We need to focus on our own games, guys, and how we can improve our games to make sure that we come out of this, whether it doesn't matter where you are in the country or the world, really. If you could come out of this with a bit of momentum and just a bit of a vision and a bit of a belief, and the fact that you've gone through all this and had still managed to advance your game, your business, massive steps forward for you. Any advancement that you can make now is going to be exponentially paying you back down the track. I can guarantee it. So let's focus some of that energy, right, on getting our businesses really, really humming, really ready to go. And look, if it's a case of surviving, getting them to survive, well, spend your energy making them survive. Okay? All right? Rob, I could use a side gig. Doing what? Doing what, mate? You don't need a side gig, man. You don't need a side gig in any way, shape, or form. So please, guys and gals, even if you are out of a lockdown area, and so if you're in regional Victoria or elsewhere in the country, please don't buy into the negativity and the anger and the angst and all this sort of stuff, because it ain't going to do you no favors. Just get going with your plans. I'm so grateful that I've managed to take the time and to accelerate my plans. Really have. Like, what I've come out with now, I was probably not even thinking about it until early next year, maybe. I had a goal of having it done by the end of the year, but I really couldn't see it happening. So please. Oh, someone asked for a mail order. Right, with you now, mate. You got to travel to regional Victoria. I can't remember where Maxine is, to be honest, but she'll be keen. I'm sure she'd be keen. You just got to come down to regional Vic. So hop in the car now, mate. You might be here by next week. So, gang, question. that's come through. I'm going to keep it relatively short and sweet tonight because I know there's a lot of people that were on the comedy thing, and it's Friday night, so there's footy on and all that sort of stuff. Okay, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. How can we keep buyers warm for the start of the market? So this was asked by someone in Melbourne Metro that that wanted to keep that pipeline of buyers real nice and warm and toasty for when the curtain did raise. But look, again, same thing applies for those buyers that you've not got stock for example. Okay, so the same rule applies when we're out of this lockdown carry on if you're in Melbourne Metro and also elsewhere in the country. With buyers that you haven't got any stock for, the one big thing that with buyers that we've all got to get around to understanding is they don't owe you a damn thing. They owe you zero loyalty in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter how much work you've tried to put in to get them to buy something or whatever. They owe you nothing because you're doing your job and they've got to do what's right for them and their families. One thing that really shits me about, a common thing that gets bandied around real estate land is the whole phrase of buyers are liars. They're not liars. They're just doing what is best for them. And just because they don't want to tell you what that is, doesn't mean you could call them liars. I heard one relatively prominent coach at a kickoff one time call them terrorists, which I thought was absolutely abhorrent, to be perfectly frank. Buyers aren't liars. It's not their problem that you can't organize your time and have one of them completely destroy your day or two of them completely destroy your day because they didn't turn up or something. They owe you sod all. They owe you nothing. Now, if you're going to try and build some sort of rapport with buyers, you've got to be open to giving them information, expecting nothing in return. For me, I would be utilizing SMS segmentation like there's no man's business. That's the one big play that I would be doing with buyers is I would be having them in different pots, different segments of the marketplace, and then making sure that any new piece of stock that comes onto the market, I make them aware of via SMS so that it's not too intrusive. But then as well as that, if there is any information that I know could be of relative importance to them, I would be banging it on a video and then sending an SMS out to those relevant segments. I think that would be the most efficient way to go about your business with buyers. It's the best way to keep them in tune and in check. And it saves you a hell of a lot of hassle, a lot of grief, and a lot of sort of pent-up anger because a buyer didn't call you back. So, nor should they call you back. Nor should they. It's not their. It's none of your business. Okay, they don't owe you a damn thing. Okay, so sharing the knowledge with them is so critical right now. If you're in Melbourne Metro, remember they are so worked up at the minute. So if you can give them any sort of information that can perhaps get them ready to strike as soon as possible, they'll love you for it. And if you're interstate, if you're elsewhere in the country and you're short on stock, just keeping them abreast of what's going on with regards to any potential changes going on, what any restrictions might mean, anything of that sort of nature. Just little tidbits of information that's so non-intrusive, so easy to consume, and buyers, they will start to form a degree of loyalty towards you. But if you ain't got the stock and you haven't got the one for them, then you can't knock them for going and talking to another agent. It's the one big thing that I was so glad and grateful for really coming to terms with a couple of years in, because it was doing my head in so much. I was taking it so personally when buyers didn't call me back, or when buyers, didn't get back to my message, or if they didn't turn up, they didn't want to make an offer in the end. They told me they did, and then they didn't. I used to take it personally and get so wound up. And then the penny just dropped, and I'm like, man, why am I getting wound up when all they're doing is what's right for them and their families? I have got zero right to get angry about that. Now, has it inconvenienced me? Maybe, but then it's my job to be showing them properties, to giving my vendors a shot at getting something sold. So I'd rather do that and be slightly inconvenienced than just cut my nose off to spite my face because I think they're going to be a waste of time. All right? It's our job. Stop bitching about it. Just crack on with it. But be efficient with your communication. That's the message that I want to get out. Be efficient with it. SMS segmentation of your buyer database is so hypercritical. It's. I know that the Ray White group have that automatically in their system, which is incredible. It's a really cool bit of kit what they provided all their teams. But if you haven't got any sort of SMS database or anything like that, get one, because you're going to save yourself so much time. And then at the end of each of your SMSs, put a little call to action, a little very simple binary call to action. If you're interested, please reply yes. If you're no longer interested in hearing our updates, please reply stop or whatever. Interested, yes or no. Okay? Just little simple things, little simple call to actions that make it a no-brainer for them if they want to interact. Okay? Do not put on any of these SMSs, call us for an inspection. No one will, or very few will. You got to put a call to action. Reply yes if you would like to book an inspection, and then get it booked yourself, or get someone in your team to book it, or whatever. Okay? But the whole buyers are lies thing is just total bullshit. It is an old school, archaic way of thinking before mobiles were invented, when they had the old sort of landlines, and you know, maybe it did take them like 2.5 or 3 hours out of the day back in the day. But gang, it's bullshit now. It's bollocks. It's irrelevant. Get it out of our language, because the ones that still hang on to that whole buyers are liars thing are going to be forever treating buyers with a degree of contempt, which means that they're not going to be treating them like human beings. That is the way that they should be treating them. Okay? So that's my 2 cents on that. Ty, give without expectations, making emotional deposits. Absolutely. But don't expect anything in return. Especially from the buyers, all they want to do is advance their lives through buying something. So whether it's through you or someone else, it doesn't matter. It's the doing that is the important thing for them. All right, gang. Phil, great digger day, great man. How was your day out of 10? My day was a solid 8, and then I broke a couple of the new pages on my new website, which thankfully has been fixed really quickly by my web team. Thank God, because I had successfully managed to destroy half my website in the space of about 10 minutes, which was very silly of me. But that's all fixed now, which is fab. So I had a moment of panic there, but now. I'm looking forward to just chilling out a little bit tonight. My brain's been working in overdrive the last few days. So looking forward to just chilling out. We all need it from time to time. I'm going to treat myself to an ice cream, I think. I'm going to treat myself to an ice cream. Anyway, gang, I'm going to love you and leave you. Enjoy your footy if you're watching the footy. There's a massive game on tonight, Geelong, Richmond. So, that'll be a really cool game, actually. But if you're not interested in football, go and chill out. Just go and relax. Give yourself a little bit of a breather. If you've got action tomorrow, I wish you all the very best. If you've got any auctions, I'm jealous, and I hope you rock and roll to the best of your abilities. And if you've been innovative and you've got some virtual inspections in Melbourne Metro, good on you, and you deserve all the success that comes your way. All right, and gang, for now, if you do have any questions or if you're really struggling, just send me a DM and we'll see what we can do. But for now, stay safe, stay healthy. Most importantly, my friends, stay happy. Love ya. Take care.